I'm back on the dark side. I'm over here at Kuta, down at the beach, taking a look at how things are going on down here since the last time I was here. If you recall, last time I was here, there was quite a lot of beach erosion and the path had been swept into the ocean. And I wanted to get a bit of an update today on what's going on. We can see out there's a bit of a rock wall in the middle of the ocean, and the tide's fairly high right now and it's washing right up against these rocks. So there's not really a beach to speak of to swim in here unless you're a surfer. It's not like it used to be. I'll walk right up the length actually. I might actually head all the way to Seminyak if I can manage it, if it doesn't rain or if I don't get too hot. Let's check it out. Because it's the Christmas New Year period at the moment, Nataru in Indonesian, remember we learned that one already. Because it's the Nataru season, there's a lot of domestic tourists here at the moment. I'm noticing a lot of number plates that are coming from other islands, other provinces that are in Bali. I'm noticing a lot of the visitors down here in Kuta are also other Indonesians from other parts of Indonesia. You can tell by the sort of the dress and what they're up to and the sort of food they're tucking into. You can see that straight off. As far as foreign tourists go, it feels pretty quiet down here. Like that is a little bit surprising to me, because I thought given this is the Christmas New Year period for Australians, it should be pretty busy down here, but it's not. You can see the path, which used to be here, like that's there now. Yeah, it's all busted up. But they've filled it all back in, it seems, with sand over here. I'm getting beeped here. Yeah, so filled it up with sand, but that's going to get washed away. It looks like it has been washed away a little bit there, like there's little ditches and stuff. So even though they've put a temporary measure in place, it's still not good enough. They're still busted up. That's going to wash away soon. Even with these big waves, I mean, they're pumping right up, you know, almost, well, halfway up that rock wall and almost to the top. Like, you know, and it's not even like a big high tide at full moon or anything like that. Well, it is full moon, isn't it? Maybe that's what the story is. Hello. Friendly people, love it. That's only a small little section there though, because the rest of the path is actually as it was. There's a bit of sand on top of it because obviously the ocean's washing over the top of this path at times these days for some reason. A lot of people have said in the comments that it's to do with something that was built further down near the airport, but I also read that the airport itself was the main contributing factor to some of this erosion and the lack of sand that gets pushed along the coast now. So it gets pushed all the way up the coast, but there's no sort of backfilling of the sand because the airport down in the south sort of blocks it. And on one side of that airport, at the other end, there's like big piles of sand where it should have come up here, but it's actually been blocked. That's the theory anyway. But I mean, these things environmentally are often long run things anyway, aren't they? Like they take a long time to manifest, and when they do, you find yourself in a pretty difficult spot. Like there's not a lot of solutions to these problems. They're going to be battling nature forever now. That's just going to be the case. At some point, you just have to abandon this section of Kuta Beach and just move up to Kuta and Legian or something. Still has a really good feel to it down here in Kuta though. You know, I've spoken about it quite a lot, that Kuta is not my first choice when I come to Bali, but there's something that attracts me to it as well. It's the rough and tumble of the place, the very realness of the place, a bit of a larrikinism to the place. And that appeals to me a little bit. Obviously, when you go inland into there's all the cheap eateries, cheap places to stay, good characters in there that have a bit of a laugh. It's, you know, it's the sort of the quintessential Aussie destination, and it has been for the past 50 years. Because this beachfront path is here now, for me, and with all the trees and everything here, it's sort of restored some of the beauty back to the place, I think. There was a period of time there where between when the first tourists start coming here in, you know, the 60s and 70s, there's a period between that. Hello. What's your name?
Rosie.
Where are you from, Rosie?
Bali.
Bali, asli Kuta.
No, asli Kintamani.
Kintamani. Oh, udah lama di sini?
Sudah.
Berapa lama di?
26 tahun.
Wih.
Legend di sini.
Oke, Ibu, namanya siapa?
Nama saya Ibu Ketut.
Ibu Ketut,
Ya,
udah lama di sini.
sudah 35 tahun.
Oh, jualan di sini.
Ya, jual kuku.
Oh,
Breading
ya.
manicure.
Dan jumlah wisatawan sama seperti dulu atau berkurang?
Kurang sedikit.
Kurang sedikit,
Ya.
tapi nggak terlalu.
Sedikit.
Ya.
Ada.
Ada.
Ya.
Ya, cukup.
Bali is the best. Nomor
I agree.
satu.
I agree. It is the best. And you know why? Because people like Ibu Ketut,
Ya.
baik banget.
Ya.
Terima kasih, Bu.
Terima kasih.
Ramah. Yeah, okay. That's why I love Cuta, you know? The friendly people. Bit of larrikinism. There's a little bit of a more of a confidence in the people here of willing to talk to you about stuff as well. Not as reserved here, and probably that's to do with exposure to the tourist trade over the past 50 years or whatever. So definitely the people here are the same people and they're friendly, but they have a little bit more of a confidence to them, which is interesting as well, and some people love that. I've only walked about a couple hundred metres and the beach actually does open up here. So you've got all those lounges on the beach there and tables and chairs for a bit of a warung meal on the beach. It's quite nice. There is a bit of rubbish around. Hello. There is a bit of rubbish around. I don't think you can come to Bali now and expect there to be no rubbish on the beaches. I think that's a fact these days. You might get a good day when the wind's blowing the other direction, but that rubbish is still around. It's just in the ocean and not on the beach. I think it's worse on this side of the island. Like Sanur does get some bad rubbish sometimes, but it's less likely because of that big lagoon there. And I don't know, they seem to do a pretty good job of cleaning it up most of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time. There's crew of people there. The rubbish situation in Sanur is handled by a different group of people who handle it down here. So in Sanur, the rubbish people are employed by Kuta and Denpasar. So we are part of Denpasar in Sanur. And in Cuta here, we're part of Kabupaten Badung. Kabupaten means regency. Yeah, it's like it's a government area. And in Bali, I think there's 7 of them. So this is Badung, and Badung's massive. It goes all the way down Uluwatu and then goes quite far north up into the hills as well. It's like a long, skinny kabupaten, that one. Kota Denpasar is geographically quite small, but because it encompasses the city of Denpasar, it actually has a huge number of citizens in it. Interestingly, just talking about those regencies, it's the regencies that collect the taxes that you see on menus. So if you see a 10% tax on a menu, they're the people who get that money. And if the government looks after an area that has a lot of hotels and a lot of tourism, it becomes quite wealthy because of it. So Kabupaten Badung, that is a wealthy Kabupaten compared to probably many in Indonesia. And Kota Denpasar, obviously because of all the citizens, but also because of Sanur as well, is quite a wealthy Kabupaten. There are a heap of other taxes in Indonesia that you might pay that you don't really know about. And they go to different places. Like, for example, there is a VAT/GST type tax as well. I think it's 11% at the moment, or has it gone up to 12? But it used to be 10 and it's gone up in the past couple of years. I think it might be 11 or 12. And that one goes to the central government. Yeah, that's just a consumption tax. I've been called over by these guys. These guys.
Why not?
What's your name?
Tiger.
Tiger? What's your name?
And then my name is Nainggolan.
Nainggolan.
Nainggolan. Alex Nainggolan.
Oh, dari mana aslinya?
Oh, saya Sumatera.
Sumatera?
Yes.
Batak?
Batak.
Nainggolan itu marganya?
Iya.
Biasanya ya kalau nama belakang itu marganya ya?
Iya, betul.
Oh, dan belajar selancar di mana?
Iya, di sini.
Di sini?
One Surf School.
Dan biasanya orang Batak merantau ya? Kalau udah mungkin umurnya 13, jadi merantau ke sini, umurnya berapa waktu itu?
Umur saya itu 23.
23, merantau. Dan udah berhasil di sini?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Dalam proses ya?
Yeah.
Where you from?
I'm from Australia.
Oh, yes.
Aussie.
So, you're from Kalimantan?
Yeah, I'm from Kalimantan, but I'm Sumatra.
Oh.
So, born in Borneo.
So you're Batak as well or not?
Yeah, Batak.
Oh, Batak. What's your marga?
Pangaribuan.
Pangaribuan. Oh, wow.
Indonesia, not Bali.
Yeah.
Borneo, Sumatra,
Yeah.
Sulawesi, Papua.
And in the Batak, it's the B1, B2 ya.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah. B1,
you know.
Bisa
yeah.
tuh like
Tahu, tahu, tahu.
Yeah, yeah.
bisa tuh like dog.
Yeah, yeah.
But I never eat dog.
How long have you been in Bali for?
2008.
Yeah. Do you love it here? Yeah, it's good. Do you work here as well?
Yeah.
Is this your?
I'm freelance. I'm freelance from here. Seminyak here.
So do you do surfing lessons and things?
Exactly. Yeah.
Is the tide coming higher
High
up
tide.
now?
High
High
tide.
tide now, is that? Yeah.
Because full moon.
So full moon, high tide, it's quite high. Yeah.
Big wave,
Yeah. Oh, big waves as well.
but not really big.
Hey guys, I'm going to keep moving on. Thank you very much for having a
very much,
chat.
bro.
Look, it's good to meet you guys, you know.
Yeah.
Thank you for teaching me a little bit about Batak culture. Love it. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
These guys are they're operating the Marawan
Marwan
Surf School.
Welcome in the Batak language.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh, it's not Horas.
Welcome, Horas.
Horas.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Horas, Marawan,
Yeah.
it's the same. These guys are Batak. They're going to teach you some really good skills on the waves. Check them out. See ya. Oh, good guys, eh? So that is interesting. Sometimes you don't know when you see a person in Indonesia what their background is, and their character is often determined by the culture. And the Batak people are often seen as more gregarious people who are more interactive, a little bit more outspoken, and standing up for their rights as well. If they don't like something, they'll tell you about it, usually, and make themselves known. Other Indonesians always say that they're loud. I think it's a little bit true as well, but usually very nice people as well. In my experience, very nice people. What I referenced a little bit there in that discussion was the area of Lake Toba. Lake Toba is a massive, massive lake in North Sumatra where there are certain Batak tribes are living, and that's where they're from. So there is a Batak Toba, who are the Batak people from the area around the lake. But then there are other areas that the Bataks are from as well. And they got, well, at least one of them was from Danau Toba. Yeah, that sort of explains a bit of their cultural background. I've actually got not a lot, but I've got quite a few Batak Toba friends. And one of the things about Batak Toba, or Bataks, is you have a thing called a marga. It's like a family name, but it's not really. It's like your tribe, your sub-tribe. And from that, you can know where a person came from pretty specifically. If you've got the same marga, you are related in some way. It's really just so extraordinary. I have to get up there to Danau Toba and explore it a little bit, and explore a little bit of the culture, because it's so interesting. This is still Kuta. Yeah, it's quite nice. I mean, there aren't that many people around actually. It's a little bit sad in that way. When I was coming down the main road of Kuta, Jalan Legian, that's the road, you know, the main shopping road. When I was coming down there on my motorbike, I actually thought it felt quite busy compared to the previous time I was here. It seemed like there were a lot of people in the shops and in the little bars and restaurants and things. Maybe they don't come down to the beach, or maybe they'll come down when it's a little bit cooler, or the sun's a little bit lower in the sky later in the afternoon. At the moment, I mean, it is lunchtime at the moment, so maybe people have nicked across to get a bite to eat, I'm not sure. So it's not that busy with foreigners, but yeah, there are a few locals around. So I was being a little bit critical of the rubbish situation, but I'll show you this thing. I shouldn't be critical at all, because they've obviously done a massive job of cleaning up a lot of the rubbish. It's not just plastic and stuff, it's also like the wood and bamboo, and you know, it's like the whole bamboo forest came down there, and then they've got heaps of plastic in there as well. That probably needs to be picked up pretty soon, I reckon. But one of the problems in Bali at the moment is the rubbish situation is not under control. So at the main dump, the main tip, there is a queue of maybe 100 or more trucks constantly there lining up to dump the rubbish they've picked up from residential and the hotels. And what that means is that the truck is stopped there for a long time. And I've heard in some cases days. They are stuck there for days. I don't know if it's like that right this second, but sometimes stuck there for days, and it means they can't come back out and collect more rubbish from other customers. And what's happening is that rubbish is building up around the place. Even in front of people's houses, along the main road in Sanur, I noticed there was a lot of rubbish bags out the front that would normally have been picked up, but for multiple days, there's been no trucks to pick them up because they're all queuing up to dump it off in that big rubbish dump. And that's all related to some argy-bargy that's going on about that dump. That should have been closed down many years ago, but hasn't been able to be closed down because there is no alternative solution. And the governor of Bali has been insistent that that needs to close down, and that the Kabupaten governments, the regencies, need to come up with some solutions for their rubbish problems, which they aren't. So the governor's saying, well, I'm just going to shut it and then we'll see what happens. Well, he threatened to shut it at the end of 2025, and then there was some intervention from the national government which said, no, you can't do that. And the national government's saying they're going to build some sort of incinerator as well. And that incinerator is going to be used to generate electricity and get rid of the rubbish. But that'd have to be a pretty big incinerator. The volume of rubbish that needs to be incinerated is absolutely enormous. So we're well and truly into Legian now. So this is Legian Beach, across the road from the Pullman Hotel. If you need to know where I am, just get on Google Maps, type in the Pullman Hotel Legian, and you'll know where I am. And this is what it looks like. The beach is much wider here, although I'm noticing that it is a little bit steep there, more steep than what I remember it last time. Not sure if that's erosion or not. And that's the scene right up the beach, as far as the eye can see, right up through Seminyak, up through Canggu and further afield. And then back along that way, the airport's over there, and that big statue is in the distance. It's looking pretty good. It's a nice day as well. Like, we have had a bit of rain. Like this morning there was a little bit of rain on off. I wasn't actually going to come out and make a video, and then the rain stopped and the sun came out. I thought, I better get out there because it's going to be a good day to get some video down at the beach, and it's turned out to be just that. Do we use the term Kuta cowboy anymore? Because I don't know if that's still a thing, but you know that character of guy that always used to hang around? I think they're still here. And they're a really interesting guy. They always seem to have foreign girlfriends. Like, when I say girlfriends, I mean multiple. I find that to be really interesting. I think it's quite funny and an interesting cultural fact about just this part of Bali. Path continues on down here. The thing is that all along here, you see all these places. Yeah, they're very basic, and that's what a lot of people want when they come to somewhere like Bali. You don't need something too fancy. You just need something that's got some cold drinks, some simple food, maybe a nasi goreng, or you might get a simple burger or some schnitty and chips or something quite simple, or a fried noodles, and then you just continue on your day. And I think that's what people still crave to this day in Bali, but often aren't getting in some of the areas. And we continue on. Oras. Oras is the greeting in the Batak language. So that guy's obviously a Batak. Yeah, so this is sort of the northern part of Legian now. So the path continues on. It's quite nice. I mean, if you have a pram or a wheelchair, for most of it, it's quite accessible. There are a few spots where it's a little bit how's your father, but for the most part, it's actually very, very good. Very good. It's only that southern section down in Cuta there that's sort of a little bit busted up, to be honest. The rest of it's pretty good. My preference as far as beaches go is certainly up this end of Legian. You still have the rough and tumble a little bit, and you have the beach bars and cheap drinks, cheap food, but the beach is better. Yeah, the beach is just much better. And then you have some restaurants which sort of allow you to, or restaurants or warungs, or bars that allow you to sort of have your feet in the sand and have a bite to eat on the beach, which is nice, you know. There we go, a nice little rubbish dump on the side of the beach. That's a big one, that one. That's big. That's been, the heavy equipment's been pulling that down there. There are rubbish trucks taking it away, but it's overflowing. It's a bit sad, isn't it? The main reasons that we're all drawn to Bali is because of the people. Now, an interesting point about that is that it's not just Balinese people who are extremely friendly. And as I go through 2026, I'm going to bring you into contact with a lot more people from around Indonesia who you'll find have very, very similar types of personality in terms of their friendliness. Because Indonesians are known as one of the friendliest people in the world. They are different culturally across the islands, but they have one thing in common. They're absolutely friendly. I think we'd probably call this Seminyak now. We're getting up towards 6, and the beach is a little bit wider again. The beach bars are a little bit fewer and far between here, and the standard is slightly higher. I mean, I'm not talking restaurants, I'm talking about a little more established bars like that. You know, they're not shacks. but they're still cheap places. They're just a little bit up from the Kuta style, you know, esky type situation. It is pretty quiet, like along here, it's dead. Like there's hardly anyone at all. There's no foreigners, there's no locals. So that's a little bit interesting as well. I wasn't expecting that. As we come up to the local beach house, which is also empty. How you going?
Enjoying Bali.
I'm loving it, loving it. What's your name?
My name is Spicy.
Faisy.
Spicy.
Spicy. Oh, spicy. I just said Faisal. What's your name?
Anna, that's it.
Where you come from?
Anna.
Anna,
Yeah. I'm from Australia.
That's why I say accent.
Yeah. So where are you from originally?
I'm from England.
Yeah.
Yung Lon, oh,
Jadi bahasanya apa?
Sumatera.
You can speak bahasa Belanda.
Horas.
Wey.
Yeah. Batak.
You know that?
Yes. No.
No, I did not know that.
You been there?
Marganya apa?
Tambunan saya. Tambunan.
Tambunan.
What the hell? You can speak bahasa?
Batak Toba. Batak Toba.
Ya, Batak Toba. Wow.
Apa pernah tinggal di sana atau
Saya lahir di sana.
lahir dan merantau ke sini?
Yep.
Kenapa merantau ke sini?
Because I'm happy in here.
It's heaven?
Happy in here.
Oh, I thought you said heaven. It's heaven and you're happy.
Happy in here. It's like paradise.
It is paradise.
It's paradise. That's why I'm moving here.
Is there any jobs in Danau Toba area? No
yeah,
job.
It's not good over there. My last job in Batam. You know Batam?
Yes. Oh, that's all right.
That's my last job over there.
Was that hospitality?
Yep, it's correct.
Yeah. And what are you doing here?
Just only in here.
Minum beer?
Every time I take
That's it. That's your job now. Working your arm. Woo.
one big thing more. It's a good job now.
Yeah. Oh, do you do surf lessons?
Surf lesson there.
Yeah.
It's good for me.
And duitnya cukup untuk hidup.
Situ.
Ngekos di sini?
Karena keadaan seperti ini.
Yeah. Sepi.
Sepi, ya.
Jadi ibu Batak juga?
No, I'm from Madura.
Madura.
Yeah.
Husband is like, from Batak.
I've been in Indonesia for 14 years total,
What the heck? Come on, man.
but 12 years in Jawa Barat
Yeah.
and then 2 years in Bali.
Try to speak in Indonesian every time.
I think you have to, because you don't improve, you know?
Yeah, but now you must learning how to speak Batak.
Hey, look, it's really nice to meet you, mate.
Nice
Thank
to
you
meet
for
you.
having a chat.
I still learning speaking
Yeah,
English.
thank
This
you,
why I
sir.
like
Thank you.
talking to
Yeah, well, me too. I'm the same with Indonesian.
4 years.
Always,
Fuck, it's a long time. Come on, man.
you just got to keep trying, don't you?
But now you must try learn speak Bataknese.
How do I say goodbye in Batak?
Pajupang sogot.
Pajubang sogot. Terima kasih.
Pang sogot.
Sampai jumpa.
Thank you.
Okay. One of the things that happens if you already know Indonesian and you travel around Indonesia is that locals always want to teach you their language, and they say you should learn that one as well, which I understand because there's a real affinity to their culture and their home language, their home foods and so forth, and they want you to embrace some of that as well. But I find it so difficult to retain all of those languages at one time when they are so different. They're not just variations on Indonesian, they are complete, total different languages. For example, if you wanted to write in the Batak language something, or the Sundanese language, or the Javanese language, or the Balinese language, you have to learn a script as well. They do transliterate it into the Roman characters as well, but they do have their own scripts, and they are really complicated. Like, it's just a nightmare. Some of those languages are actually quite useful as well. So Javanese language is spoken by maybe 80 million people. So it's a really useful language. If you do a lot of business in Java, or you travel around Java a lot, or you've got friends in Java and you learn Javanese as well as Indonesian, you become really ingrained into the whole culture there, whole society, and you gain a bit of cred because of it. Sundanese is another good language to learn. Over 30 million people speak Sundanese from the west of Java. So if you learn a bit of Sundanese, you really sort of are a little bit more ingrained into the culture there as well. I never did learn Sundanese because I found learning one language at a time is enough, and it's hard enough as well. But some people, there's some foreigners around there who either grew up in these places or are really good with languages, do become fluent in those languages as well, like Sundanese and Javanese. And that's a real big positive for them, because then they can interact within that society so much more easily. About 10 minutes ago, I said I was coming up towards Jalan 66, and I'm still not there yet, so I'm not that close. I'll just go down to the beach again and see what it looks like down here. from this angle. We are a lot closer to 66 now. Yeah, it's a lot wider here. You've got some flags there for a bit of safety. There are people in the ocean having a bit of a swim. I don't know if there's any lifeguards on duty. That's supposed to signify that, isn't it? Yeah, that's what it looks like. There are actually people swimming up and down the beach, not within the flags, which is a little bit dangerous, I think. This whole coastline in Bali, I mean, it takes a lot of lives. People drown all the time here. And you want as much help as you can get if you get into trouble, that's for sure, even if you're a strong swimmer, I think. Kind of reminds me of Nyai Roro Kidul, which is the queen of the southern seas, or the South Sea, or the South Ocean, down on the south coast of Java. And it's sort of a queen, or a ghost queen, or mythical figure that rules the southern oceans off the coast of Java. And that particular mythical being is sometimes seen as the person who has claimed the lives of people when there's a boating accident or fishermen are lost at sea. It's all, it can often be attributed to Nyai Roro Kidul, which is a really interesting piece of mythology in itself. I know we're getting close to 66 now, because I can see that big building up ahead there, which you can just see through the trees there, which is that, I think, isn't it like some sort of tsunami evacuation or something like that? That's what I guessed last time. I don't think I ever got to the bottom of that. There it is over there.
What didn't happen?
Hey!
Holiday! Jig masas!
There's always a couple of larrikins around. Always some larrikins around when I get on camera. Love it. Love it. This is the Bali that we love, isn't it? The friendly people. Different types of people in different places in Bali, and you certainly get that sort of larrikinism down here, which I've got to say, I really enjoy sort of interacting with people and having a bit of fun. So here we are, Jalan 66, probably about 2.5 k's, 3 k's. I've walked there along the beachfront path. It's warm, but it's not too bad actually, a bit of a breeze blowing. And that path is still looking very good. That southern section, I think it's gone. I think it's destroyed, and that is one way to destroy a beach. If you're going to build an airport across it, it's going to eventually destroy it, and that's what's happened there, I think. The beach is gone, destroyed. There's no real hope for it, I don't think. I know there are projects underway, pumping sand and putting rock walls in place, but at the end of the day, you're fighting a losing battle, because nature is forever changed, and it's always going to fight back against whatever you do. It's just a matter of time as to when it gets you. Hey, thanks for coming along for the ride today, and thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all things Sanur, Seminyak, Legian, Cuta, and the rest of Indonesia. I'll catch you next time, and sampai jumpa.